Hello and welcome to the preview. Yes, everything is working of racing at Rosehill Gardens on Saturday. Batala Mark Lundborn, hello there.
G'day.
Dal's been flinging himself around this week.
Yes, I've been to lots of places.
But we've got a very solid card at Rosehill tomorrow that on a 3-metre rail promises to be certainly off the fence. Preference for wide draws. We saw a vintage track 3 weeks ago where it was wide barriers were in the ascendancy, and it'll be not quite as bad tomorrow, but of that vein.
Lovely, cool. As we sit here at about 10 o'clock on Friday morning, they're saying it's a soft 7, but dead will be the range, won't it?
Well, they said soft 7 on Wednesday at Canterbury. It was dead. It's just the track's very, very bad. So punters, please don't bet because the track's very bad.
Exactly. But whilst it's a little bit murky here at the moment, that'll probably clear as we get through the afternoon. It's been a lovely week in Sydney for the last week before winter.
Yeah. It's been pretty good, and we've had good racing. Gosford, Canterbury, Kembla. Leading into, I suppose it's a typical meeting at Rosehill. The numbers aren't huge, but they're it's an even meeting with the strong feed from the three week ago set.
Beautiful, Matthew.
I've just sent him to sleep.
There you go.
How are you?
Matthew. The first thing we've got to mention is it is Brisbane, obviously, is the focus for the carnival. It's the calm before the storm meeting before the Stradbroke. But tournament betting is huge, and we've got a great offer through One to Follow, through Top Better, and through John McLeod to kick things off for the tournament.
Yeah, exactly. So we can't be any more complimentary to John McLeod like we have the last sort of couple of months, but he's had another great winning set on Saturday.
That's right, he's got all the money, and he's got the chicks now that they've seen him photoed with Bono.
He's got Bono. Yeah, Bono.
Yeah.
Bono hasn't stopped talking about the day that he met John McLeod.
Bono looks more interested than John.
Yeah, John's there just doing his best.
Who is this loser?
Yeah.
But if you buy a John McLeod set for Doomben on Saturday, you also get free entry into the Top Better $55, which is Stradbroke, pre-Stradbroke
tournament. Yeah, basically,
it qualifies you, doesn't it?
Basically, this tournament this week is all about qualifying for the Big Daddy next week, which is Stradbroke Day. That's a $500 buy-in. Last year, the pool got to $50,000. So if that was the same, you're playing for about $30,000 win pool or thereabouts. Hopefully, that's where we can get to again, but it's going to be big dollars. So basically, how this week's tournament works is that for every 11 people in the tournament, there's one ticket that goes into the Stradbroke. So you're running first, second, third, or hopefully fifth, hopefully sixth, makes no difference. You're still playing for that one ticket into the Stradbroke tournament, worth potentially plenty. So that, by buying John McLeod's set through onetofollow.com.au,
saves you the $55 buy-in there, so you're getting free entry, I suppose.
Plus,
they're also going to give you a free bet.
A free $50 bet with Top Better.
Yeah.
So, that all sounds pretty good, doesn't it? John McLeod set for $55. Your tournament entry, which was $55, you get for free, and a free $50 bet. It's pretty good, isn't it?
Okay, so what? You spend $5? Is that what you're saying?
No, you spend. No. You get more. No, you get.
Spend 55.
You make 50.
You get guaranteed. A set. You get entry into the tournament.
Yes,
and you get a free $50 bet.
Yeah, so we're actually giving them $100.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So, and should mention though, with buying John's set through One to Follow, it's recurring that you can opt out any time. And there's the added feature now with John's stuff is that you can get John's alerts during the week. It could be any meeting really in Brisbane, but obviously it'll be Sunshine Coast mainly. The Wednesday meetings definitely. Ipswich normally on a Friday or wherever they go around. You'll get there. Gold Coast Saturday there might be a text alert.
That's the stuff you want.
Yes, just the bang, there it is. And even places like Rockhampton.
Yeah.
You might get there. Obviously, no guarantee that you're going to get a tip every meeting. Just when they see something they like it, couple of hours before the race, you'll get a text message alert to be on board with that. So when you put your details in through One to Follow when you buy it, make sure your mobile number's correct so you can get those alerts during the week.
That's the key part. You need to make the purchase on the One to Follow site.
On the One to
John
Follow
McLeod
site, yeah.
set, not through our site.
So go to onetofollow.com.au for all of that. Anyway, all great fun, tournament. We've been speaking about them for a while. It's a great way to spend an afternoon, and yeah, good luck. Race 1, tab place multi-plate over 13.50. Press statement might finally run. It's $2.30. It has been scratched from Brisbane.
Oh, has it?
It has been
It was
scratched at
scratched
Brisbane.
last Saturday at Randwick. It was scratched on Wednesday at Canterbury.
It might run. $2.80 So Willie. Shards $4.60. They sort of dominate the market.
Yeah, there was a better price was bet press statement, I think $2.90 earlier, but sort of $2.50 now is available. And he has sort of attracted the only early interest.
Okay, we'll talk about it again.
Oh, Reg Lobs, he's back in the thick of things, isn't he?
He is in the thick of things.
And Dee Beasley's starting to show some form, so he can be brought into the fold.
Yeah.
Look, my colleague gets a fairly soft time of it in front here. Back home, third up. Showed Shards in attendance or in the vicinity. Precarious on pace from a wide draw. Press statement should get the right run, and so Willie astern of him. So dum-de-dum-de-dum. One press statement.
Yay!
three my colleague who. Like, it was pretty hard for leaders last week. I actually had nothing between him and So Willie had the flashing light, but he also had the right run. 4 Shards, 2 So Willies, not much between those other 3 units on number 1 press statement. It's the race that interests me least on the card because I think there's not a lot on offer.
Yeah, the worry about press statement is, I think, Mark, is that it was 1100 metre run. Whilst it has all the indications that distance is its friend, it's now plus 250 metres with 31 days between runs. So I think the distance is perfect for it, but the setup isn't. The setup for So Willie, that's a beautiful, beautiful run to back up off there from last week. So yeah, but yeah, as you said, question marks. A couple of question marks.
No, nothing. Well, actually, sorry, nothing wrong there because. Right rider, right barrier, first run at home.
Yep.
You know.
I think So Willie, as far as setup goes, is beautiful. So, but press statement's probably got more ability. But anyway.
Well, that's the
conundrum.
Yeah, the tension in the race.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the interesting part from the press statement race, I think there was another 1100 metre race on the same day with Donnell, and Donnell ran about just less than half a second quicker than press statement, which says to me press statement probably isn't a sprinter. So even though it looks a bit negative, it can come to this race as a positive. 8 units press statement. He'll get the right run, 1 out, 1 back perhaps, and I think that's where I want to be playing. And yeah, So Willie, I was a bit of a fan last week. I liked the heavy track, but I think seeing him back on a drier surface gives press statement his chance.
Beautiful. Okay, that's race 1. Race 2 is for the 3-year-old fillies over 1900 fillies and mares, I should say, over 1900 metres, and we have Imperial Lass out, who's running in the Queensland Oaks.
Yeah.
With the scratching of Gay's horse, which is called.
It's a disappointing scratching, Dal.
Yeah.
Well, but
that one is
Imperial Lass because it was a talking point on the day. It's Kathy on a horse that they seem to find very short.
With good-looking form that might not be good-looking form.
Well, yeah, very, very, very dubious looking.
Yeah, exactly right. Anyway, so it was $3.20-ish Royal Adventure with Jimmy Innes on board. And the next picks in the market were 5-1 White Dove and Miss Von, but obviously with deductions to come out from Imperial Lass, which is a 5-2 chance.
Yeah, so there was money for Imperial Lass, 420, and 850 was available for Miss Von on the tab, which was into about $5, and then deductions to come from that.
Right, Bet365 doing the Peter Kapataris, leaving Imperial Lassie, and they've left it in for about 3 hours.
Okay.
At 260.
Yeah, okay.
Right, to try and trap the young players.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's a beauty, isn't it? Peter Capitaris, there was a late scratching 2 or 3 minutes before the race. He just leave the horse in, you know, especially if it was a favourite.
And winded in at the same time, yeah. Yeah.
But, you know, everyone was trying to back the other horses thinking that there was a fresh market, but it was not. It was not a fresh market. This is a keen race. Look, Royal Adventure will find the front tomorrow to be attended by Strace. White Dove looks to box seat. Bubbles and Boats have one out, one back. The other 4 go back. Hard to fault the way Royal Adventure's been going. She's just like solid as. Nutted at the end of Canterbury 1900, but stepping up from the mile on that occasion. The horse that interests me in the race and is losing many, has lost pretty much all its admirers, but it's a golden switch tomorrow. That's number 7, Bubbles and Boats, who got stuck down on the inside there at Randwick when it was outside barrier day. That was 10 days ago, 20th of May, so 11 days ago. 7 Bubbles and Boats, beat 3 Royal Adventure, who will be brave, but she'll also be, it's not going to be a track that's going to really help her. 2 White Dove, who's back from 2400, which is, I mean, she wants a drier track and she wants this distance, but I don't know if the setup's quite right. And 4 Miss Von has been well traded here because it's Joey, third up, blinkers back on, but honestly it had all the favours in that mile race, so I'm suspicious of it. 7, 3, 2, 4. 3 units number 7, 4.5 units number 3.
Matthew, I don't like this race at all.
No, I couldn't sort of... Look, I think Royal Adventure's going to be there a long way, and yeah, look, Miss Vaughan sort of coming back from that injury, the extended break of 200 days off, so I just not quite sure where she's at.
Well, I don't think it's...
And so it looks maybe a run short, the blinkers, you know, but yeah, I couldn't find a sort of a clear line.
But I think the key is, I was just about to bag with it, and you just keep coming back to it. You don't have to be much good to win this race.
No, exactly.
No, it's not meant to be. It's a 76 for
Fillies and Mares overnight.
Fillies and Mares, so it's like that's like a 71. So it's a Wednesday race.
Yeah, look, yeah, and I could say, you know, the two back in distance is going to be there as well, but not a race for value in my mind.
Just read a comment here, Miss Von shot a glimpse of her old self. Well, I don't know if her old self's was any good. You know, like...
Oh no, it's 3-year-old fillies bumping around in the Adrian Knox.
Exactly,
you know,
right,
like, It's like these horses that are, you know, midfield in the Gold Coast Bracelet or the...
yeah,
you know,
exactly.
Like,
they're just...
You know, they're
midweek fodder.
Well, but also they're 3-year-old fillies. They're all having a crack because it's the only time they can have a crack.
Yeah.
And it's,
Anyway, all right, race 2. Anything? No, lovely.
Nothing.
Move on. We should, when we were mentioning One to Follow, we should have mentioned the star of the week last week. One to Follow. There they are.
Yeah, well done, Dal. You put your hand up to say...
Actually, the ads they're running on 2KY are going to sell us a little bit short because they're saying that More Radiant was $8 and the Thermogenic was $8.90. I think when they went out, it was $15.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
You must have to use the tab tote price if we're advertising.
Yeah, no. Well, actually, Todd who wrote the ads, Todd, something. But anyway, but yeah, there they are. It's got all the other One to Follow products are there, obviously, as well. But there's a special package if you get there. They are this week. You also get the Brisbane Bandit tips that have been going very, very well for that, and obviously it's Brisbane time as well. So same situation. Sign up for $10, and I think it was only about a 300% profit on turnover using inferior figures.
Scary.
Yeah. So let's just say 4 billion.
All the seconds have turned into first.
They did.
So
There they are. So yeah, hopefully the run will now go from seconds to first that we've had for a while. So onetofollow.com.au for that, and also John McLeod stuff. Race 3 is it's not a bad race. It's for the fillies.
It's not a bad race, but it's the sister race of race 2.
Yeah.
Because it's where the fillies mares, well, the female staying race, and now we've got the 3-year-old fillies. Anyway, the top two at the market dominate. $4.60-ish, Berry Delicious, 6 to 4-ish, Allegria, $2.50, and Modesty down the bottom off the Gosford win, 5 to 1, $6.
Yeah, look, a bit of money for Allegria, around $2.90, $2.80, and $2.60 now. Best price.
All right, let's talk about the map, Mark, because Modesty led all the way at Gosford on the fence, which is normally a good thing, but I've just noticed that you've suggested it's not a great thing.
Well, it doesn't really form.
No, exactly.
Taltoni leads She's a Lady. I
Yep.
mean, Modesty sat on the inside at Canterbury, and then she led in a very weak race at Gosford. I felt like a really, really, really weak race.
It's got
at Gosford.
going minus 14 lengths below average.
Yeah,
early.
so I mean, look, all
That
those
can overcome bias.
horses at Gosford, they ran around at Kembley yesterday, and the market just didn't want a bar of them. Those you know, set of maidens that were there for the couple of weeks at Gosford. Anyway, Taltoni finds the front. She's a Lady, was good out of the gates, first up from a long spell, first up with Chris Waller. Red Gloves on board there from a wide gate. I imagine that, like Xena, will posse up from an inside gate tomorrow, and Modesty may well be able to get in. Very Delicious is either drawing poor rides or poor alleys, and it doesn't look any good for her, gate one. Whereas Allegria perhaps has got more options, but not sure how positive they plan to be. And that stable, by the way, is off the boil. So, look, there's not a lot going up front here, and certainly...
It used to be the time of year starters go off the ball too, wasn't it? Really?
Yeah.
Remember?
Well, Rick was struggling this time last year because he'd just taken over.
Yeah. Yep.
And look, I'm open to correction there, but it just feels like they've gone off the boil.
There's a bit of a feel out there. The blue's gone missing.
Anyway, so the blue is on top here. She's easy enough to tip because she's a talented type. Scratched from that. Oh God, we can't run her on a heavy track. Scratched last week. To be reserved for her own sex here. 6 Romantic Time. That day at Canterbury, Red Gloves was on board and she was off a break. She had trouble at the start, then she settled in the 3 wide position. You needed to be rails in run. She's third up, and with that break between runs, right rider. 4 Lucy's Look, ditto. In fact, she's a golden switch horse. Unfortunately, Rory's riding it, but Rory did go okay on Wednesday and okay on Thursday. I mean, better than he did last time.
Like Matthew Hayden.
Maybe. Matthew Hayden. Although, Matthew Hayden had ridden a lot of winners. hadn't he?
Exactly right, yeah. He'd ridden a lot of winners, came to first grade, didn't go any good, went back and rode a lot more winners and then went okay.
1 Very Delicious, right race, wrong alley. 2641, 4 units on number 2.
Yeah, Allegria does look highly likeable, doesn't it? It didn't really do much. Everyone's going on about the great win first up. It really didn't do much, but the fact that it won on the inside, probably on ground that it doesn't like, gets a tick. It did return, I think, almost 3 lengths above average figures when it started out, and that's a very good debut. So it's lightly raced. It does have a stamp of talent on it. Looks very hard to beat. B. Lloyd's strike rates on favourites was pretty good too. It's worth noting. And I just sort of looked at a race into it and Very Delicious. Beautiful race to back up off last week, which is half a race at Barrier Trial. But again, with Jason's horses and all that, get back on the inside. Yeah.
Look, you will see horses win from inside gates that are back markers.
Yeah.
But general rule of thumb, your back marker that wins draws wide.
Yeah, and it's just and you just
something about momentum, really.
It just needs so much to go. You just got so much to go against it. If it runs up to its best numbers are better than the rest, bar Allegria. But I'm Allegria from Berry Delicious. But the market sort of suggested that too. So well done, Dow.
Yeah, I'm with you there. 5 units Allegria. I don't know, I just don't mind that race she comes from. The money said that she was back. Tennis Player was on course that day, so I'm gonna say Tennis Player. We'll go with Allegria again.
I haven't seen the Tennis Player for a while.
Oh, he's midweek man.
I normally catch him a couple of times.
Oh, you mean yeah, right.
Yeah, I haven't seen him. He's
Might be off.
I don't know. He might have barred the Emporium, and I don't think he would have. Anyway, but I haven't seen the Tennis Player for a while. I might be off. Anyway, that could be all right. Beautiful. All right, so it's Allegria, Allegria, and Allegria. All right, Mark. What you mentioned? It's been a good week. You've had a good week.
Been a good week. Kembla yesterday, particularly.
Your winners yesterday. Yeah.
Saw Kembla pretty well yesterday, and I like this meeting a lot. We've got Newcastle on tomorrow as well, after missing out last week, so there should be some guts there. And I think it's regulation next week, is it? Or is there a Friday meeting instead of a Thursday meeting?
I'm not sure, mate. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Dale's still trying to catch up. But
Yeah.
check it out. Go through to my site to look at past listings, see what's on offer. You can email me, you can call me. I'll
Tweet,
have
You on tweet now?
Tweet.
That's right. Sean sent me a direct message yesterday asking about an SP question. So, yes, Rosehill and Newcastle tomorrow. I'd strongly advise you to be involved.
Beautiful mark stuff available through the site as per usual and online around about the 8:30 mark tomorrow morning. And we should be all the products should be online nice and early tomorrow because we shouldn't be destroyed by scratchings like we were last week.
All right, Chris already knows which horse is running.
Yeah, I know exactly, but at least we're not going to have basically to do the form have to do the form again. At
what I'm saying is he will pull out 2 horses in each race, and they'll all come out at 7:25.
Yes,
but he knew on Wednesday morning which horses weren't running.
That's right, exactly. It's fantastic. And then they tease you by maybe I think like last week or whatever taking out a couple early. And think, oh, Chris has actually got his act together today. No. Not really. Anyway, that was race 3. That was Mark Spruik, and race 4 is the Eremine handicap. Wow. 1800 metres is fired at about $8. Ecuador $3.80 and favourite ahead of Darcy Magic $4.60. And Intimate Moments there's $6 and the bottom two both $8 or thereabouts as well too. That's reigning and last week's smash up Padiras.
Yes, who steps up to 1800 after it's been. He's been confirmed as a non-stayer. It's weird.
Yeah. But there wasn't much movement in the market at all. So maybe some of those punters who backed Paderos last week are still scraping the coins from the couch.
And ruining their luck, considering they went that close, and were in it for a long way.
Jumps. That was about it.
Knew your fate pretty quickly, didn't you?
Yeah, this, I don't know, what can Chrissy organise here because Ecuador looks to get a loose lead here. I mean, I suppose technically its stablemate could be a fly in the ointment after leading it first up at a mile and then getting nowhere near them second up at a mile, up to 1800 fade on. Ecuador back from 2000, but I mean, Ecuador is a fair bit faster horse and is drawn outside fade. So we'll put Ecuador in the van, Faden trailing. Padiros, I guess, is the other wild card as far as issuing some urgency to the race. Frasers, Dan Shy, he pokes up early. I have it on paper as an Ecuador sort of like controlling the thing, but I suppose that's only one possible scenario because, as I say, the presence of Padiros and Faden are flies in the ointment there. 2 Ecuador on top, that was madness, 1400 to 2000. 3 weeks off, back to 1800 looks good. 5 Intimate Moment, Kathy off, Golden Switch. This is like come in spinner. So strong danger there, Intimate Moment. 7 darts.
It's more than Kathy off, it's Tommy off, Kathy off as well too.
Yeah, that's right. No, Intimate Moment is humming here. 7 Darcy Magic, who continues to race well, but
racing great, isn't he? He's like you got to like horses like that just going out every week in, week out, and just putting in everything they can. Can't go any faster, can't go any slower. That is them.
Yeah, racing very consistently, but getting favours at the same time.
Yeah, all that. But
8 reigning for 4th. So 4 units on number 2 Ecuador, 2.5 units on number 5 Intimate Moment.
I like Gay and Gay. They look to control. They look to be getting to their peak fitness. They both look to like this 1800 metres is perfect. Ecuador's career is best. He's over 1800 metres at Rosehill. Looks a really good distance for him, 1800 metres. It's a strange little distance. And you can find a couple of little distance specialists at 1800 metres. Actually, Raining might be one of those, just now thinking about it.
Yes.
But I'm going Ecuador from Feeden. Ecuador fighting from Ecuador, fighting from Ecuador. I think they're both both are going to appreciate the drier track that isn't a soft 7.
Yeah, look, I was a little disappointed in Ecuador last start. I don't mind Gay going from 1400 to 2000, and I thought didn't stick on at all.
No.
And my rating said the track was a little bit wetter than what they're saying here, so maybe it does need a bit of a dry.
I think it does. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's the key.
So that might get
Especially
it
when you're
back in the
combining
game.
that plus
Yeah.
600 metres with the wet.
So that might get it right back in the game tomorrow. But I'm gonna have 3 units on Faden and also 3 on Raining, who I
Yep.
thought was we only saw one race at Hawkesbury that day, but it was a great return. Coming from back there is pretty hard to do, and his form around this distance is quite good enough. And you know, there is question marks on a lot of these horses. So stepping off a positive run, there's not too many other places to look except for the 8. So bit of value there. It's about, well, I don't know if it's value, but it's $8 at the moment. We'll see what happens tomorrow. It doesn't look great. Chris Waller second up in distance like this, but had a trial in between, gives you a bit of a chance, I think.
All right, perfect. That's race 4 from Rose Hill, and that is part 1 of the preview.